Hello, Susan. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert at Zucor Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Megan. She sent your website over to me for analysis, and that is what you're looking at now. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how you can use your existing website to get more customers through the online process. And I'm going to show you a few things that you can implement today if you want. Now, I'll also be showing you one of your competitors' websites so that you can see why they are beating you. I'm going to show you the numbers of that and what you can do to turn that around and perhaps beat them also. Let's just get right into it. Now, you have a beautiful website and you clearly paid some money to have it done. I think you fall prey to one unfortunate thing, and that is that your photographs are not of a professional quality, and so they tend to be a little fuzzy. This one, I can barely read it. It says 1313, whatever that address is, but it always reminds me of the Munsters on 1313 Mockingbird Lane. And this, you can barely read things. You can barely see the roofs. They're fuzzy. So getting better photography would be one. I would also suggest that your site is perhaps a little brief. And it's not very interactive. There's not much that you can click. And in fact, if you do click, let me show you, if I imagine the possibilities, this is what I get. If it'll open, there we go. Now here are the possibilities that I'm imagining, and there's nothing. And so that is not so good. And the other thing that I would ask you about is your team. The group of people that you have on your team is one guy. So that's hardly a team. I guess perhaps he's the king. I don't know. But I'm sure he's a lovely man. I'm not saying anything like that about him. But he's not a team. So just say, you know, our general manager, our VP. So those are some of my observations about your site. But what I also am here to talk to you about are the actual numbers of your site and how it's been performing. I have this tool called Ahrefs. It's a paid tool that I use. I subscribe to this. And it shows me the metrics of your site and how it's been performing over the last couple months. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is do a search for Orlando Roofer. I don't know, you may be in Fairview Shores, but Orlando is certainly the market you're going for. The reason I'm showing you this is because a lot of people don't know how Google works, and it's important to know how something works if you're going to make it take advantage of it. Now, this is a Google search results page, obviously. And I'm going to show you how Google works, and I'm going to do it by way of explaining this search page to you. Now, first off, at the top, we have what we call the sponsored ones, or at least Google calls them that. I call them paid. And this brings you into the Google family, if you will. These folks here have paid to get up at the top. There is not really a problem with that. But a lot of people think sort of oddly, they say, why would you pay to be on a list of the best to the worst? And that is not what Google is at all. So unfortunately, sometimes these ads work for people and sometimes they don't. Now, underneath that is where we first have something that is required by the Google algorithm. The Google algorithm was developed by Google to give its customers the most relevant results. Now, relevancy is different for you and me than it is for Google. For Google, it means having a good website. For me, it would mean having good customer satisfaction. But this is the first thing that the algorithm is looking for, and that is filling out a Google business profile. Now, a business profile is kind of like any other profile. You want to make sure that it is completely filled in. You don't want to leave anything off. And it's going to ask you like what year you started your business. It's going to ask you your opening and closing hours. Fill it all in. Fill it in thoroughly. Then there's an opportunity perhaps for Google to feature you up here in the business, in the map pack. And closer to the top is better than not at all, because you can be both here and down here in the organics. Now, down here is the organic searches, as I just mentioned. We call them organic, but they're still completely ordered by the Google algorithm. It decides the order of these. And the way that it does that is, well, I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to take Janney Roofing as your Google competitor. Here is their website, and just to remind you, here's your website. I'm going to take your website. I'm going to copy and paste it into this word counter. Now you have 683 words, and Jenny has, let's see here, we'll do copy and paste. 1,235 words. They have almost double the words that you have. Unfortunately, when you're an algorithm, you're looking for most. Most is best. Algorithms don't, think of it that way because they don't think. They just do. So one of the things you want to do is get more words than your competitor. But here's the rub. Google wants 1,500 words minimum. They have determined that 1,500 words is the minimum amount of words that you can use in order to educate their search clients on whatever it is that they searched for. And that is the goal that Google has with this, with these words, with this content. Now, all words are not the same at Google. I'm going to show you what I mean. We're talking about keywords. Now, you have 34 keywords on your website, and it's not bad to have 34 keywords. It's better than having none. But keywords are words that distinguish your site from, say, a dairy in Wisconsin. They distinguish your site against your competitors because more keywords is better. The more you have, the better it is. Now, keywords come from a variety of places. They come from your website and your competitors' websites. They come from Google searches, and they come from the communities you serve. So you have 34 keywords, and Jenny has 3,000. So roughly 10 times more than you have. I'm going to show you what their keywords are. And bear in mind, these are sort of, when I say keywords, I mean that they're little phrases put together. They're words. Roofing Orlando, Orlando roofing. Now I have to point this out. This is different search for the algorithm. It does not know that we have different word order. It's not going to assume that this is the same as this. It has no intelligence. It does not know that roofing and roofer are related. It does not know that company and companies. It doesn't know singular and plural. So now roof repair Orlando, how to repair granular loss on a roof. I've said that word so many times. How did I mess it up today? Roof age. How old is my roof? Granular loss. Apparently that is a big issue in the Orlando area. I have a condo association, so I don't ever have to deal with it. But metal roof versus shingles in Florida. Let's see, problem with 2 layers of shingles. Those are the sorts of things that people are Googling about. What do you do when roof leaks in rain? I think it would be more problematic if what do you do when the roof leaks in sun? That would be a really bad issue. But anyway, that was a bad joke. These are some of the keywords that you can have. Now, I can see all of their keywords, so that makes it easy for me. But next thing I'm going to show you is backlinks. Backlinks are where your site appears on another site. There is a link back to your site, for instance, on Yelp, perhaps, or Yahoo. Now, backlink is a good thing in Google's eyes because Google wants to make sure that your site is worthy of their search customers. And the more backlinks you have, they figure, well, the more important you must be. Google is like the mean girl in high school. The more that she talks about you, the more infamous you become. And that's exactly what Google is, the mean girl in high school. Now, I'm going to show you what your competitor has. 23 referring domains, is that's what we're really looking at. And here we go. Your competitor has 256. Again, about 10 times more than you have. And I'm going to show you their referring domains. Now, these are the domain ratings. Now, these are a scale of 0 to 100, so they're pretty near the top at 91. Fortune.com, Fortune Magazine, apparently they have some financial interest or whatever. But Proven Expert is one that you can probably get on. Expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Yahoo, Porch, This Old House, Super Pages. All of those are ones that you can get on often by just filling out a business profile with them. And you want to be on ones that are highly rated. You have a domain rating also. Your domain rating is 0.8, which is fine for a company of your size. Now, you want yours to be on sites, however, that are, say, 70 and above. Now, a lot of these, I don't even know what they are. Maybe you do, but some of them are relevant and some of them are not. I don't think getjerry.com is really probably that relevant, but it has a high number, so it might be useful. I don't know. But you don't need ones that are way down at the bottom here that are like zeros. What is this? Gall Trailer Veer blogspot.com. This is not a place apparently that people go for their roofers in Orlando, so you can ignore them. But beyond that, here's where the rubber hits the road. I'm saying backlinks, keywords served to give you 9 visitors last month. That's down 6 from the month before. You had 15 visitors the month before. This is less than 1 visitor every 3 days. You made this website with the hope that it was going to be useful to you in business, that it was actually going to bring business to you. And that's why you made it. Otherwise, it's just a novelty. It's just some letters on the bottom of your business card. So making this a tool of your company is what you were hoping for. And at 9 visitors a month, that isn't going to cut it. Here's what your competitor has. 3,400. And this company does a lot of research into regions and industries, and they figured that the value of these visitors was about $40,100. And that's not chump change. I would take that in a minute if I had the opportunity to do it legally. Of course, I would not steal it. But, that's just money left on the table, and here's why. They are number 1 in the organic search results. Now, as I mentioned, you can be here and here. That would be ideal. Orlando Roofing, I don't see, let's see if Superior is there. No, I don't see anybody that's double on this one. But you can be. You'll have to trust my word on that. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to scroll down and see if I can find Premier Roofing and Carpentry in a Google search. And the reason that I want to do that is I want you to think about your own Google search habits. And when you're searching for something, how far down do you scroll before you think to yourself, you know what, I probably scrolled far enough. I can use what I have from here on up. This is not really, something that I need to go any further down for. Yeah, I'll probably stop here. And I just want to point out that I am still going, and I do not find you next. Let's see here, Premier. Now, I'm not doing this to shame you or anything, because, of course, you didn't know about this, but I just want you to remember, how likely do you think it is that somebody is going to scroll this far to find you? Yeah, I'm not seeing you here. But do not despair. These are some of the things that I've told you about that you can actually implement today. Let me just summarize. Google Business Profile, get more keywords, and get more backlinks. And that will help you rise in the Google search results. You can get up much closer to the top than you are, and maybe even beat them if you can get enough backlinks and keywords. That's not hard if you have somebody with a tool that knows what they are. So, that being the case, thank you. Now, you can make these changes yourself this afternoon if you want. But we can also help you make these changes, and that would be with the goal of getting some new customers, many new customers. Now, Megan will be following up with you to get some feedback about the ideas that I've discussed here. And Susan, I just want to thank you for your time and hope you have a great rest of your day.